Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is the software review part 1 of the Sprint EVO 4G. In this video we're going to talk about the Sense interface from HTC, and we're also going to go through internet browsing. In part 2 we're going to talk about the built-in applications, the wireless tethering, then we're going to talk about the 4G connectivity. In case you missed it, check out the hardware review. I'll put an annotation up on the screen right now, so go check that out if you haven't yet. But if you did, let's get on with the software review part 1. Let's do it. Okay, so let's talk about this Sense interface on the HTC EVO 4G. We've seen the Sense interface before, but we've never seen it on a 4.3-inch display. It makes it very dramatic with the beautiful widgets and the backgrounds and everything that makes HTC Sense useful and interesting. So, of course, with HTC Sense, you get 7 different home screens. And you can flick all the way this way and all the way this way. The way that you keep track of the home screens is that you can see the little bar moving along the bottom. And new to the newer version of HTC Sense is the leap feature. So you can pinch and quickly jump from screen to screen. So if you're on screen 1, you want to get to screen 7, it's extremely fast and easy now with this feature. So a great addition. Let's look at some of the live wallpapers so you can get a sense for how it looks on such a big display. So I'm going to go into Menu, and I'm not going to go into Settings. I'm going to go into Wallpaper. Then I'm going to go into Live Wallpaper. I also want you to pay attention to how fast the device is as I'm bouncing around. It's got 512 megabytes of RAM. It's got the Qualcomm 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor. And I'll have a conclusion about that later, but I'd like for you to see in this video how it looks. So let's pick, say, HTC Sense, since this is HTC Sense after all. And we get this cool animated background with the kind of colors moving in the background. We'll keep it like that. And let's go through some of the different widgets that you can add to the HTC EVO 4G. Of course, you can go into the Android market and download a bevy of other widgets. For example, I've added this little battery meter here, which is a quick and easy way to see how much battery I have. So of course I can tap on the clock here, and I'm taken into the HTC Sense-like interface, where I can swipe to the right, see my alarm, see the stopwatch. So this HTC Sense interface is very congruent throughout the entire operating system, just like you would expect from an HTC device. So let's swipe to the right, and I've got some widgets here. I've got a 4G switch, but I'm actually using Wi-Fi. If you have a Wi-Fi connection available, 4G will turn off and you will go onto Wi-Fi. The reason I'm using Wi-Fi and not 4G right now is because Wi-Fi is actually faster than 4G where I am. So we'll talk more about 4G later. I've got some other shortcuts there, some other toggle switches for GPS. Oddly, when I got the EVO 4G, the GPS was toggled on all the time, and my battery life was horrendous. And after turning that off, battery life is still not that great, but it's improved a lot. I have no idea why Sprint out of the box has GPS turned on. They're going to get a lot of angry customers when they see their battery draining so quickly. So let's add some widgets. You can tap and hold, go to widgets, and HTC adds a variety of really cool widgets. So we can go to the bookmark tab, and we can choose a variety of styles, 2 different styles. So I'm going to choose this one, and loading bookmarks. And we get a quick shortcut, or a quick list of various bookmarks that you like to look at on a regular basis. And you can easily add your own. So if I go down to add bookmark, and I don't know, let's put Google. And by the way, I want to talk about this on-screen keyboard. This on-screen keyboard is, in my opinion, the best on-screen keyboard of any mobile device. And I say that because the screen is extremely responsive, and also the screen is so big. So it's very difficult to miss keys when you're pressing, and also you get a massive touchscreen keyboard here when you go into landscape. If you have the HTC HD2, you know what I'm talking about. It's the same sort of experience. So I just added Google, and what it does, really nice, it saves a little thumbnail, so you get these live thumbnails of the websites that you view on a regular basis. Really cool widget, I like it a lot. Let's jump back into widgets, and I'll show you some other cool ones. So we've got the Facebook widget, you've seen that before. We have footprints if you travel, the friend stream, the mail widget, the text message widget, a variety. Let's go into the HTC photo album. This one looks awesome on the EVO 4G because of the big screen. So I'm just going to choose the photo album that I want to use in this particular widget. It's going to load it up. This is a great way to show people photos. If you've taken a bunch or you have albums stored on the storage card, you can just flick through, and it just looks awesome on such a big screen. Then we can go into landscape, and we can go through the photo gallery, super smooth. Tap on that one, bring it forward. Just pictures are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous on the WVGA screen. It's got a very nice level of sensitivity for the pinch to zoom. So let's go back to the home screen, delete this widget. And by the way, I've loaded this up with a lot of widgets, and I found that it doesn't slow down. In fact, what I can do to show you an example of that, I can go to Menu and click on Scenes. And scenes are preset widget configuration. So I'm going to go to the HTC scene, which will add a variety of widgets for this particular scene. So I'm going to let it load up. It gives a different background. It'll probably change. There it goes. And what we have is a variety of widgets. We have the HTC Mail widget. We have the SMS widget. The weather widget, which is always nice to have. It knows your current location, and it will immediately pull the weather and update it wherever you are if you're traveling. Let's go over here. Here's that favorites widget. Actually, this is the people favorite widget. Very nice. Shows you the pictures of the people that you call. To the right, we have the bookmark widgets and nothing over that way. Let's go back to scenes and change it again. Let's go to play and see what the play widgets look like. Okay, so we get this awesome big clock. This is the kind of scene that you want to use on the weekend. Get a cool different background, links to voicemail, camera. We'll talk about camera in the next video, part 2. Tap to set album. Friend stream, so this will tie into multiple social networks. Right now I have it only synchronizing with Twitter. So you get these mini applications right on your home screens. And with the 4.3-inch display on the EVO 4G, it's very dramatic, and I keep using that word. And you really have to hold one in your hand and use it to know what I'm talking about. And so we have a music player here, bookmarks, and over to the right, there is nothing. So widgets are fantastic. The EVO 4G handles it fantastically well as the HTC Desire, which is another Android phone that has the HTC Sense interface for Android. Okay, so let's jump into the browser and quickly show you what it's like to browse websites on this 4.3-inch display. Let me just make sure that I don't have any other windows open, just so I have maximum performance, and I don't. So let's jump to Pocketnow.com. We'll go into landscape. We'll do a speed comparison against the Google Nexus 1 in a moment, and let's see how it looks. This may be a good time to put up the kickstand, although it puts it at a weird angle for the camera. So another great use for the kickstand, by the way, is when you're on speakerphone. I've done this a few times. I'm on the phone, I'm at my desk, I put it up like so, and it makes the speaker have an exposed area out here so I can hear the speaker, and then the microphone is exposed over here. So let's take a look at performance. Very, very good performance on the web. We can pinch to zoom, tap on a headline, and we're over a fast Wi-Fi connection, so it's coming through nicely. And here we go. Let's go to another website. And again, we get this nice landscape keyboard. We'll go to Engadget. You get a little bit of haptic feedback when you type on this keyboard, and you can turn that off if it annoys you. In fact, I'm probably going to do that because battery life on the EVO 4G hasn't been amazing, and I want to do anything possible to get back some more juice. So here we are on Engadget. I'm going to boot up the Nexus 1 here running Froyo. I'm going to go to the same place, and we're going to click around. Okay, so here we are, Engadget loaded on both devices. Again, we're running a newer browser on the right here with Froyo, so we can move around on the page. You can get a sense for how things load. Let's go down to a link, and we'll zoom in. We'll zoom in and tap on a link at the same time, just to see. We're over the same Wi-Fi network here. Let's see which goes faster. And it looks like the Froyo browser won. No surprise, it's got a lot of speed improvements. Let's see how fast screen rotation is for the EVO 4G. Very fast, not as fast. That time it was faster. So very, very, very fast screen rotation speed. And very good web browsing performance on the EVO 4G. And as you can see, it's awesome browsing on such a large display. You just get to see so much of the internet. It feels like a slate computer. So in terms of HTC Sense, the home screen interfaces, the widgets, the HTC EVO 4G really shines. The huge display, the fantastic color reproduction means that you get a really immersive home screen experience that really is unrivaled by any other device I've ever used. And in terms of the internet browsing fidelity and the capability, it's up there with the best of the best. The big screen helps a lot. It's got a fast processor, and it just looks awesome, or any web page really looks awesome on a 4.3-inch display. Can't argue with that. Coming up in part 2 of the software review, we're going to talk about some of the built-in applications. We're going to talk more about the 4G capability of this device, whether it really matters. So be sure to check that out. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. We'll be back soon with more. That's it for now.